All right, before we get into the trends of the periodic table, I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page in terms of our knowledge of the periodic table. So, as you might remember from grade 9 and 10, there are periods of the periodic table and there are groups. You can find the periods from left to right. So each row is a period, and all of the groups can be found as columns, right? Some of the ones that you've learned in the past: group 1, the alkali metals; group 2, the alkaline earth metals; group 17, the halogens; group 18, the very, very unreactive noble gases. Something that you might have also noticed in grade 9 and grade 10 is what comes with those groups. So all of the elements in the same group have the same number of valence electrons, right? Remember that valence electrons are the number of electrons that are on the very outermost shell. So in group 1, they all have 1 valence electron. In group 2, they all have 2 valence electrons. In group 13, they have 3 valence electrons. Group 14 has 4 valence electron. 15 has 5. 16 has 6. Group 17 has 7 valence electrons. And group 18 has 8 valence electrons, with the exception of helium. But something that the noble gases have in common is that they have a full outer shell, right? The first shell that helium has, that can fit 2 electrons, and it's got 2 electrons. Every other element in the noble gases have 8 electrons in their outermost shell. From left to right, you'll notice that the elements in one period, so one row, they all have the same number of shells. So hydrogen and helium have 1 shell. Lithium, all the way to neon, they have 2 shells. Sodium, all the way to argon, they have 3 shells. Okay? So that is some information that I want you to keep in mind as we're going through the trends of the periodic table.